With lots of developments, especially kind of larger schemes, they're intended to take the pressure off the existing housing stock that is overcrowded with pent-up demand from people who are already well connected locally. And that might be the middle-aged children of older parents who would like to move back into the neighbourhood, or kind of younger parents who would like their children to be closer to their grandparents.
Or people looking to downsize but stay within the area.
Young people looking to upsize and stay in the area.
Is there a category of young people who've been off to study and gain some experience, wanting to go back to the area they grew up in?
Yeah, they go off to university and then they go and move to London or where the jobs are in the city.
And don't necessarily return.
And never go back to the town. That might be because there's not enough houses there. It may well be that there's not enough jobs. It's probably the two combined. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Essentially a brain drain. Really is.
Well, it's a young talent drain.
There's a bit of a paradox, I think, that people want to see their area grow. Yeah, they want to see it get richer, they want to see services develop, at the same time they don't actually want to see the things that are needed for growth, like housing, like new office space, new jobs. Yeah. Being explicit about the benefits that you are bringing is one step of it, but I don't think it's enough on its own.
You think about the decision to buy a new car, that is as much driven by the desire for the benefits of a new car as it is by the anxieties created by the fact that your existing car is starting to fall apart.
Oh, people buy benefits, not products. Yeah.
It's very difficult to get people to see the benefits if in their mind they have that sense of potential loss, whether that's the loss in the sense of our roads will be a little bit worse, or the character of the village where I've chosen to retire to might be lost.
People that retired, for example, aren't losing anything with the status quo. They are happy with the status quo as it works because it's not negatively impacting them.
The local cafe might be at risk of closure, like of custom, but as you say, they're not.
How many stories do you see of the community rallies around a local pub to prevent it from closing?
The question is there a role here for whether it's a local authority or other organisations to actually try and help communities recognise what the trajectory of their trend is?
So this is what we always try and do is put a development into a narrative, show what the positives are, but humans don't necessarily think that way. People will focus more on the danger or the risks.
Now, just the interesting thing on risk, of course, is that it is very much down to how we treat it, is the level of control we think we have over it. So the driver of a car doing 190 miles an hour down the A30 is absolutely convinced that it's fine because it's there at the wheel.
Whereas someone in an airplane doesn't have that sense of control.
Can be very fearful.
They're relatively happy with what they've got now. They see they might have something good in the future, but they don't know they're going to get that good thing. It's about ensuring that people are aware. This is what you're going to get. This is when you're going to get it. This is how you're going to get it.
I think ensuring that it's not that they don't feel that it's being imposed on them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Participatory process.
These schemes are put forward before the public sit down and actually look at the facts and then come up with some decisions of their own that they feel in control of.
Whilst the public don't, the democratically elected representatives do.
That's their job.
With the local plans. We're not even talking about individual planning applications. The local plan sets out. That's what gives democratic control to the public.
But is that sufficient? A few weeks ago I was in Freiburg in Germany, and a part of the town where the old French garrison had been was redeveloped in the 1990s, and it looks fantastic because all the green space there was designed by the people who were moving in and is maintained by them as well. Can we resolve that dilemma over the risk that people perceive if they are properly involved? It's not scalable, it can't be used everywhere.
No.
If it can work in Freiburg, maybe we should be considering such approaches here too, perhaps.
The cost of introducing that kind of quite granular public engagement at a really early stage is actually offset over the scheme of the project by the reduced cost in terms of time and delay and
Challenge.
friction.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, friction's got to cost a developer and indeed the local authority in that it delays 106s and sills and all the rest of it.
And friction is necessary in a democratic context, of course. It's a part of the process.
But whether that has to become friction that slows things down, or whether it couldn't be a creative tension where people are making suggestions, grocery suppliers, shops, schools, other amenities, what is their footfall likely to be over the next 20 years? And how will that affect your lifestyle, assuming that there are no new homes? If you thought that the consequence was not acceptable, what would you like to see to help minimise the risk of this happening?